Hey everyone, this is Uzi with Able Company Ventures. We help companies implement fever screening devices all around the world. This system, fever screening system, helps me to solve COVID-19. Great. What else can I get, right? So that's just a normal course of conversation we have with many different clients. So today we wanted to talk about some of the productivity gains. Now, really, we only have anecdotal evidence from, actual influenza events. Obviously, everyone was dealing with COVID-19 in a very dramatic way economically. I think, as recent as a month ago, since the national emergency, the government has, the U.S. government has put in, roughly $2 trillion worth of fiscal support, as well as $4 trillion of monetary support. So there's actually a lot of productivity gains just alone from preventing the spread of COVID-19. Number two, so talking about the flu, right? There are a couple of interesting numbers when it actually comes to the flu. So every year from the flu costs about $10 billion in direct costs for hospital visits, outpatient visits. It's really expensive, right? Those gains can be translated specifically to your company, right? So there's the economic gains as a whole, but to your company, they say that roughly $7 billion, and as early as 2012, $7 billion worth of wages were lost a year, with roughly 100 million workdays lost. A lot of people are saying after COVID-19 passes, and it will pass, there's never been a time in history where anything specifically ended, but this will pass, and when it does pass, there will be, what to do with the systems that we've put into place. Well, a lot of people are saying that if we were to keep the same amount of, sanitary practices, posture practices, PPE posture practices even, and even fever screening practices, if we could just simply eliminate the amount of workdays lost from the flu, we could actually save companies money. Right, so the flu is something we contend with every year. It strikes a lot of people every year, and for some companies, we know just how critical it is to have one person missing. Right, so having one person missing on a shift could mean the difference between that shift operating, efficiently, healthily, as well as safely, and not. So when it boils down to it, we know that there's actual ROI to be gained long term when it comes to using fever screening, especially during flu season, but also just in general in regards to COVID-19. We see a lot of gains in terms of being able to just eliminate major blocks or big moving parts or big blocks of risk off of your plate by simply making sure that someone that is not exhibiting symptoms is not entering your work site. So that's kind of a big once over. Again, this is very much a question that we get all the time, which is, I want this system, I fully believe in it, but what else can I get out of it other than just COVID-19? Well, one of those things is just productivity gains from, reducing the amount of spread of influenza during flu season, and really limiting the amount of sick days that people are taking and the wages lost with that. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that's a very helpful tip for you, and we'll see you next time. I wanted to talk to you about why we focus on fevers in the first place, as well as CDC guidance, right? So let's start with CDC guidance.